y'all. We are going to open a polish pickup package tonight. Try saying that 3 times fast. This was all sent to me by the brands that we're going to show off tonight. I have 8 different items from 8 brands. I'm super excited to get into these. Hello, Laura. It just occurred to me I don't know what the theme is for next month, so let's find out together. I think it's something to do with like birds or flying things or something. Let's find out together. What is it? What is next month's theme? March's theme is sky creatures. So again, this is for polish pickup. This will be March. The sale dates will be March 6th through the 9th. And I think Wishlisting starts on the 1st. Hello, Maria. So as I said, I was very excited to get into this. Until about 10 minutes ago, I didn't have information for everyone, but I now do. And it has just occurred to me that I didn't add some of that to my little info sheet, to my post-its for the night. So I will add that right before, well, as we flip over, y'all can just watch me write it. We'll see how well I write on camera. But I do have information for everything, except for one item I don't have pricing or a cap for, but that's not the worst thing in the world, and Wishlisting starting the week before, you'll be able to see that. So, okay, let's get into unpacking this. Hello, Rebecca. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. I hope your Monday has been decent. It is President's Day, so, you know, maybe you went to work, maybe you didn't go to work because of that. I hope you had a great day. The weather was really nice here. I swatched and I worked in the basement for a little bit. The kids, I think they were off school because there were a lot of kids out playing, riding bikes and stuff in the nice weather. So hopefully everyone else had a wonderful Monday. Hello, Chrissy Loves Lacquer, and Carolina from Colors to Carol is here. Welcome, welcome. We are just getting ready to start unboxing. So I'm just going to reach in here, grab out what we grab out, self-describe, and then we'll do full descriptions when we flip around. You guys know the drill. And if not, if you're new here, this is how we do it. I was talking to someone the other day about how my lives get chatty and long, and that if that's not really your vibe, then maybe this isn't your live space. Or you can always come back and watch the replay here or over on YouTube, so you can skip this part if you don't like the unboxings. I have tried doing lives without them, and I had people like actively miss that part of them. So that's what we do here. Also, if you're new here, welcome in. First one I have is Envyy Lacquer's Flying Donkey Corns, and it is a reflective for sure. We're a really pretty blue. It looks like it might have blue and silver reflective, and then it has like a purple shimmer to it. Can y'all, yeah, you guys can definitely see that. And like I said, it is a reflective, so I'm gonna grab our flashlight to show off those sparkles. Hello, Jen. You are right on time. We are on the first polish here. Look at those sparkles. Yes. Also, because I've had some descriptions come through today, I do think we have a black flaky polish in here. If y'all haven't heard, black flakies are discontinued, and no one has been able to find a new source yet. So if you like black flakies in a polish and you see one that you like, snag it up now before they are gone. I think I saw Rogue is doing one last, is it the Imagineers collection? Is that what she has? And this will be the last restock of those. So if you're interested in those, definitely go hit up Rogue's site for the release and everything before you can't get them anymore. This here is Sassy Sauce Flutter Flock. It's a really pretty yellow. I'm going to call that a mustard yellow or maybe even marigold. And then it has some gorgeous flakies in here. I think they're the red to black shifting flakies. And then it has that shimmer, which looks like it's maybe a red to orange shimmer. This is really pretty. I actually really like the marigold description to it, especially with that shimmer. It's very springy and bright. Again, all of this is for polish pickup March. Wishlisting starts on the 1st. The pre-order runs March 6th through 9th. I think most of these have caps. I believe there's 3 items without a cap. Of course, I will have all the pricing and stuff per item for you, except for the one Cupcake Polish I don't have cap and pricing for, but I do have a description. So, hello, Christina. How are we? It's been a while. Ooh, y'all, this pink. This is 1422 Designs Flamboyance, and it is a hot, hot pink. We definitely have black flakies in here, so Miss Jen's right on time. And then can you guys see, I believe that is Black Hollow. They could be dark green, but I do think they are Black Hollow. Again, we'll have official descriptions when we flip around, but you can see those rainbow sparkles and those larger hollow glitters. And then it does have a shimmer as well to it. I'm going to grab the flash. There we go. Do you see those little hollow sparkles in there on those glitters? Jen says, Glisten Glow usually has no caps. She has, you are correct. She has no caps on her items. And then I think LynB doesn't have a cap either. And I think everyone else does. Hello, Nails by Wisp. Welcome in. Yeah, this is so sparkly. I love this pink. I love that these colors are already getting us ready for spring. Super fun. Of course, this is called a flamboyance, which is a group of flamingos, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. And then the pink, obviously, and pink and black for our flamingos. I love it. Hello, Lorda. Wow, y'all, it's going to be one of those nights. Hello, Laura. Hey, Lizmo or Nancy. Mama Nancy. Could be Mama Nancy in the Lizmo creation group. Teen Bubbles says, howdy. I know, I finally poked my head out from under the rock I've been hiding under. I know, you've been kind of quiet lately. Been wondering about you. Okay, next we have Fire Never Fades. This one is from Colors to Carol, and it is a magnetic, so in its not magnetic state, we have this really pretty like burgundy base, and then it's y'all, it's got to be a multi-chrome because we definitely have orange, red, and I think green in there, and then we have some super shifty flakies as well. I want to see what this looks like magnetized. Let's see. Chrissy loves Lacquer. Oh my God, I finally got a notification for a live. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad. Ooh, that reminds me. I need to send this to our broadcasting group. And if anyone would like to join the broadcasting group, let me know. It's literally just a chat group that I post in when I'm going to be doing a live that day. There's no actually chatting in there. It's just me posting. I think you guys can like it and if I do a poll or something. But there's not like responses. So it's not a chat group that's going to drive you nuts all day, but it does let me post in there that I'm going to do a live, and then hopefully you'll get a notification from that. If stories doesn't show you or Instagram doesn't tell you I'm live, because I know it's been bad about that. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which if you turn on notifications there, you should, in theory, if it's cooperating, get a notification that I've at least posted a live, so you can watch the replay if you so choose. Let's see. Teeny Bubble says, hey, Liz. Lizmo says, it's me, Lizmo. My mom never comes on this account. Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess my brain assumed it, but you're right. She usually comes on her own account, so that makes sense. Okay, Colors to Carol's magnetic, Fire Never Fades, and then here it is magnetized. Hello, Tiana. I still love your new profile picture. It's so cool. Okay, so it looks like we get a purple base, and then it's got a red, orangey, like flame-like magnetic line, and then you have those beautiful flakes in the background. I think there might even be a dash of hollow. I'm not positive on that aspect. We're gonna throw the flash on it just because we can. Ooh, if not, there's at least a lot of shimmer. Look at that. Yes. Okay, I did see the inspiration photo for this when I was grabbing the information from the Swatcher Facebook group. So this is inspired by a photo of a phoenix. So the fiery orangey makes sense here. It's gorgeous. And I do think that that photo is posted in the sneak peek post over on Polish Pickup. So if you want to see other sneak peeks, definitely go check out the Polish Pickup sneak peek post. It's already up. I have 8 brands here to show you, but obviously there are many, many more out there. So if you want to see the other sneaks, go check them out on the Facebook page. Tiana says, thank you. And hello, Miss Crystal. What is for dinner tonight? I have to ask that every time. I'm just always so intrigued. Next we have Cupcake Polish. I don't know why I was putting that over there. It goes on the floor. Maple gets to play with those. Ooh, y'all, this is very interesting. This is Stupid Canadian Wolfbird. And it is a black base with tons and tons of white and I think silver glitters. It's got like silver flakes. I think you can see the sparkles. Yeah, there you go. Y'all, this is packed with white glitters. It's very interesting. I'm super excited to see this out of the bottle. Like, very excited to see this out of the bottle. Oh, Lizmo, you can't give me any props. Lizmo says, I see polish on your wall in all caps. She's excited. Don't get excited. You haven't been here in a little bit. So these are the OPI Xbox collab collection that actually I am destashing. I have the whole collection plus a set of minis and the display for these. A customer was really sweet and gave them to me. But they just take up a lot of space and I've never used them and I want them to go to someone who loves them. But I put them up there because right behind it is a glare from one of my lights and it drives me nuts. when I have a bun, it hides that, but otherwise it doesn't. And the one day I couldn't get over it during a live. So those are up there because of that. But I am still trying, y'all. I swear I'm working on it. I'm hoping very soon. Crystal says, LOL, chicken parm, baby potatoes, and carrots. Ooh, that sounds so good. I swear, one day, Crystal, I'm going to show up to your house for dinner. Laura says, that sounds good, doesn't it? All right, we have another one and a bubbler, and I'm fighting with bubblers tonight. Actually, I've been fighting with bubblers a lot lately. Look at that. Look. Get off of me. Okay. I'm going to try again, but we may have to get the scissors out for this one because it said no. I mean, I give them props. They're very sticky, so they don't, like, come open in shipping. That's great, right? I just want to open you, though. Oh, I've ripped it. Okay, well, we're still getting in here. Oh, I ripped it, and then it finally opened. Oh, okay. This is Rivet Stickits. FKF, or it could be FKF. I don't know, y'all. As soon as I said it that way. What is that game? Do y'all know? There's a board game. It's like cards that you have to read, but you have to read them a certain way so people can guess what they are. And like the faster you say it, the better it is. So it's FKF, which now makes sense. Let's see. Crystal says, thanks, Laura. Christina says, the boys and I can help with that when we visit. Free child labor. Sure. I'm hoping to have it done before then. I really am. I'm hoping, honestly, to have it done in the next couple weeks, but I'm not, holding my breath for it. Liz was laughing at her. And Crystal says, I feel like with my reflex, we eat the same menu every other week. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, you like what you like. And if your body can handle it, that's what matters. You want to do what you can to take care of your body, and reflex sucks. So I definitely get making sure you're eating things that doesn't bother it. All right. This one is I'm going to go with a purple base. I think it's purpley. And then it has a rainbow of flakies. I never know if these are UCC or whatever words, but they shift every color of the rainbow. Also I'll definitely show you the sticker up close because it's super duper cute. And then maybe this will make sense to you guys too, the name. Again, if you say it quickly enough, you get there. Hello, Tiger Roast. Oh, I love your handle. Jen says, we repeat meals often as well. Same. And honestly, we used to repeat meals a lot, which is another reason why we started HelloFresh and why we like it, because we do try new things that way. I'm just really bad about coming up with things to cook. I don't really like cooking anyways. Kevin does all the cooking, and for us, and only being 2 people, HelloFresh has been very convenient. Plus, I hate going to the grocery store. All right, we have LynB Designs next. Ooh, we have a pretty pink. Shot that box in one of the polish box behind me. I'll find it later. This is Bombastic Side-Eye. Again, I've seen the inspiration of this in the Swatcher group, and I'm 90% sure my ADD has to remember things, and she sends stuff so early in advance. I believe it's one of her turkeys that this is based off of. So like the top part of the turkey being a pinky reddy color, their head area, I don't know, at the top part of the turkey. Anyways, this is a solar thermal. Okay, so we are a pinky, flaky, shimmery, super pretty. It also makes me think of, this month we had a flaky purple. Was that this month? No, that's HHC. Is that HHC? Y'all, I'm confusing everything right now. That was HHC. Forget it. But this would go gorgeous with their HHC series that they've been doing. We've had a purple right now is available, and then there was a green last month, and this pink would go with it. So let me find my flashlight here, and we will do the Solar 2. Tiana says, what are we doing today? Oh, we are showing Polish Pickup March. I have 8 polishes from 8 brands to show y'all. The wish listing, I think, starts on the 1st, and then the sale is March 6th through 9th. She also says grilled cheese in the oven and green chili stew. Ooh, that sounds really yummy, too. Jen says, yum. Crystal says, sounds good, Tiana. And we got pink hearts from Laura for our pretty pink. Y'all, this flakies. Her flakies are always jam-packed, and they're super, super shifty. I feel like we definitely have green and orange and pink in those flakies. And then this is a solar thermal. So let's take guesses on what the thermal's going to be. I'm guessing yellow. No, maybe? Okay, I want to say yellow, but then I remembered it's a turkey. But what other color would maybe clear? I'm sticking with yellow. Yellow is my thermal. Hello, Christy. I'm guessing yellow for our hot state. So we're definitely pink in the cool state. And then because this is a solar as well, I'm going to grab my UV flashlight here, and we're just going to stick it on it for a second and see what it's going to go to in the sun. And we're going to hope that I have some sun the next 2 days to swatch these with. Otherwise, I'll be using my UV light. Jen is guessing clear. Ooh, okay, so we're dark purple solar. So pink to purple, solar. And then I'm guessing we're going to be, my guess is yellow, and then maybe like just a darker pink outside when we are hot, or a lighter pink. I guess it wouldn't go dark pink. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Very fun. I like LynB's solar thermals. I think they're fun. I don't personally wear a lot of solars. I don't feel like I'm out with my hand like in the sun enough for them, but I do think they're cool. I like polishes that do things and change and move. So Jen said, finally getting snow in Utah this week. Haha, we've had green grass in northern Utah. I don't envy you. You love the snow and that's great. I don't want it back. Please keep it all. Jen says, then purple to blue solar. Okay, well, we definitely went purple. So we'll see what the thermal temp shift is too. That's also another thing with solar thermals is my brain just can't like, there's 4 colors there and trying to remember what is what. Dana said, and my trees are blooming. Ooh, well, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing since your trees are blooming. If you're getting snow. Rivet says, I'm here, but also watching the nieces. That's okay. Have fun with your nieces. We're still unboxing, and then I will, well, I can either start with yours to swatch since you're in here, or we can wait until you are free. You tell me what you prefer, Christy. First thing I'm opening is Glisten Glow here, which I think the last items I have in here are Glisten Glow. Yes. So first Glisten Glow item we have is their glossy top coat. That is what they're offering this month. Every other month, they either do glossy top coat or their glitter grabber. So we have the top coat for the month of March. It's $10.50 with no cap. This top coat is amazing. It is one of my go-to top coats. I use Brands top coats with their polishes, and if I don't have a Brands, I typically do reach for Glisten Glow or Victorian Varnish for my top coats because I have them and I just really like them honestly too. Next we have their polish. Get it open, box on the floor. We'll see if Maple eats it. This is called Chasing Fireflies. Ooh, we are a blue purple base and it is packed with, I'm going to call it gold hollow. It could be silver, but I think it's gold hollow. Absolutely packed with hollow in there. Jen says, I love G&G polish for March. It's not super fancy, but it's beautiful. It looks fancy to me. I mean, look at all that hollow in there. I'm going to grab my flashlight. Yes, look at those sparkles. Oh my gosh. Okay, they do look like little tiny fireflies. Also, how sad is it that like this current generation might be the last generation to see fireflies? That breaks my heart. Like I grew up catching them and playing with them and, you know, we did jars and all that. I mean, I grew up in a rural area too, but like it makes me so sad that we may be losing the fireflies. Christina says, I wonder how many bottles of G&G top coat you have at this point. I have a few because I have backups, but also like I go through it. So not as many as you would think because we swatch a lot here. And surprisingly, there's quite a few brands that don't send top coat or don't have top coat. So that's a thing too. Like Cupcake, she sends polishes. She's great. I love Sarah. No, this is no shade to Sarah at all. But I was like, hey, you know, if I'm going to swatch for you, I would like to have your top coat so everything goes together. And she's like, oh, I don't have it. But she specifically sells Glisten Glow's top coat on her website. So again, using it for her stuff because you can buy it on her site and stuff. So other brands like it too. Oh, y'all, we didn't even finish with the fireflies. I got so excited about them. Chasing Fireflies is going to be $14 with no cap to this one. I know I didn't say that for a lot of stuff. I don't know why my brain said I had to for Glisten Glow. We'll get there. My brain. We don't have an organized manner here. We just do things. And then last but not least, Glisten Glow is bringing their cuticle oil and remover duo like they have every month. And this one, we are scented in lemon this month. And then of course the cuticle oil, the cuticle remover is unscented. Jen says, I just mean it's glitter only. I get what you meant by not fancy, but it is fancy. It's pretty, y'all. Tigris, what is your government name? Tiger Rose. That makes a whole lot of sense. Okay. Tiger Rose says, help fireflies by not raking, give them places to lay eggs. That is a good tip. I sadly do not have any trees in this new yard that we have. I am planting trees. We planted 2 trees last year and we are planting more trees, but we just have we have 1 peach tree and 1 random tree in the yard that don't really, I mean, we don't rake the leaves because there's not enough to deal with, but that is a good tip. And Jen says, same, I have like 2 bottles that are unopened, that's it. Yeah, we go through top coat here for sure. Okay, Glisten Glow's cuticle remover and oil duo. Again, we are scented in lemon. I'm going to assume this is going to be very straightforward, but we're going to smell it anyways. And I'm going to hydrate because we've been using Clorox wipes all day. So we're just gonna twist it up until we get to the top here. I can see that little air bubble. I'm gonna try really hard not to shoot it across the room like we have done. Almost. Okay, actually, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's very satisfying to watch it go like all the way up the little tube and into the brush. Boom, and we're out the top. So it does take a little bit to get your cuticle oil started. So if you've ever gotten one and you just wonder like maybe mine's broken, just keep going until it comes out the tip. And I'm just gonna brush a generous amount on y'all because like I said, we dry tonight. I've definitely been cleaning consoles. I've been swatching all day as well. So we are gonna oil up. Feel free to grab whatever oil you have near you or your favorite and do the same while we're here. And I'm gonna just rub it in. I also made sure to get under my free edge really well so everything's nice and oiled. And I instantly smell that lemon. Y'all, it is lemon. It's a little bit sugary, almost like a lemon drop, like the candy. It's got a little bit of sugar tone to it, but it is pretty much just straight, clean, fresh lemon. Very nice. I really don't even have to like sniff it because I can smell it, but it's not like, it's not crazy strong. Hello, Frida. We have just finished unboxing, but we haven't swatched anything. So you are just in time tonight. Oh, I guess technically I have swatched Glisten Glow's cuticle oil. I'm putting that on right now and smelling it, and it smells delicious. It is very fresh lemon. And her duo, which we will do that pricing information because we also are going to read her description here. The duo is only available as a duo. You have to get the remover with the oil, which I love. Glisten Glow's remover. I love the brush tip. It makes it so much easier to work with. You literally just twist this up like you do with the oil, put it around your cuticle area, let it set for 60 seconds, and then use your cuticle tool or an orange stick to gently push back and scrape your cuticle area gently with the scraping. That removes all the gunky, icky stuff left in there or your dead skin. And then wash your hands really good with soap and water and then use your oil to rehydrate. I've done a Reels on it recently showing how to use it. You can find that here, or if you want to check it out on YouTube, it is in my shorts, and that one might be a little bit easier to find if you've never used it, but it is fantastic. Frida says, I forget, who are we doing? We are showing off Polish Pickup for March. So we have 8 different brands tonight, and that was Glisten Glow's Cuticle Oil and Remover Duo. Again, it's only sold as a duo. It's $12.50 with no cap for the duo. And the scent description officially is a soft floral blend with lemon, bergamot, and lemon flower on a background of green leaves and tonka. Y'all, I smell lemon and a little bit of sweetness. That's all I get. I don't know what tonka smell like. I don't get what green leaves are in here or bergamot. I smell lemon. It is a little bit sweet lemon and it smells delicious. Jen says it's a creamy sweet lemon. So good. Yes, it is really good. If you like lemon or clean scents, you're going to like this one for sure. And if you're kind of like me and you like some of the sweeter sugary scents, I think you'll like this one too. It's not like candy sweet, but it does have just a little bit of sweetness to it. It smells fantastic. So that is everything unboxed. And I guess now we're gonna get into swatches. I have prepared tonight, as I try to do. So we have our swatch wheel that we're gonna use for normal polishes, and then we have the LynB Solar Thermal, so it's gonna get done on its own swatch stick, and we have the Colors to Carol's magnetic, so it's also gonna get done on its own swatch stick. And then of course we have our magnetic set up to do all that, and I have hot water for our thermal. So I think we're prepared. Christy is in here, and so is Carolina. I think we're going to do Colors to Carol first because it's a magnetic, and then we can get our magnetic setup out of the way. And then we'll do Ribbits since she's in here, but it'll give her a little bit more time with her nieces before she not has to pay attention, before she feels like she has to pay attention to us. So I think we're going to start with the Colors to Carol's because Carolina is in here and because it's the magnetic. So I'm going to flip y'all around, and I do have to add the caps and pricing to a few items that I didn't have information for when I wrote it earlier this afternoon, and we'll do that together and then we'll get started. So flipping you all around, scooching you down, and then I'm going to leave it here for a second so you can have that. But let me add those prices onto there. I'm trying to like move magnets and not stick my hand in things. Honestly, the colors are not going to coordinate. I am just going to grab a cap, a pen, that's called a pen, and just write the prices and caps on the ones that I don't have really quickly. So CDC's is going to be $13.75. And we have a cap of 350 of those. Just that way you can screenshot this if y'all want it. I do not have pricing or information for, or cap information for Cupcake. And then Envyy is going to be $13.50. And we have a cap of $2.50. I think that is everyone now. So yeah, Cupcake, I have a description for y'all, but I don't have the pricing and cap on there. So just so you know, but there is tonight's information, everything I'm going to show you. I do know there's a little bit of a glare. We can't really make that. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Yeah. There we go. Okay. There. So if anybody wants to screenshot our information, I also don't know what is causing a shadow. I bet it's the polishes. Yeah. If anybody wants to screenshot tonight's information, there's your screenshot. Okay, and now we are going to get into this. Again, like I said, we're going to start with Colors to Carols because it is that magnetic and because Carolina is in here. Let me turn on my air purifier. We've got our glamour gear here and our swatch stick. I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see this magnetic in action. Again, ignore the beauty wounds on our glamour gear. They just mean we show off pretty polishes here. Just realized I actually only got out one swatch stick for a magnet, and we need two because we show them in velvet here as well. All right, Colors to Carol polish is our Fire Never Fades. This one is inspired by the Magical Phoenix. Again, she has an inspo photo of this. It's beautiful. It's a deep purple base with shifting Aurora shimmer, candy Aurora flakes, and red, pink, orange magnetic effect. It's going to be $13.75 with a cap of $3.50. Y'all, it's absolutely stunning unmagnetized, which you know I'll show it that way. We always do. I'm a big believer in you don't have to magnetize a magnetic polish. Ooh. Sorry guys, couldn't get my magnet off the desk. All right, here it is with our magnet. Let's see if it'll stay for the camera. Yes, there we go. This is so beautiful. That purple base and then that orange red magnetic line just pops off of it. Also, my left hand is nail art, but my right hand is Sassy Sauce Mic Drop. It is a thermal. This is its warm state because my hands are warm, and then it goes to like a teal when cold. It is matted. This launches on the 20th on Sassy Sauce's website. Hello, Ursulyn. Tiger Rose says, ooh, that's pretty, isn't it? It's very pretty. Let's get it on our swatch stick so we can see it magnetized. So we are going to do a bar magnet as well as a velvet. Carolina says, thank you, Tiger Rose. Ursulyn says hi, and she sent some waving emojis. All right, here's our first coat of Colors to Carol. Unmagnetized. Again, this one is called Fire Never Fades. Here's unmagnetized really quickly, and then we're going to get it down in that bar. Yes. Did you guys? Okay, there's a slight glare, so I don't think you saw how quickly that line got in there, but like it just, I mean, instant. And then we're going to do a second one so we can do a velvet. And typically when I do lives, we go through one coats of everything and then circle back and do two coats. But because we have individual brands here and we have makers watching, we're going to finish swatches as we go. Here it is again, really quick, unmagnetized. I love those beautiful flakies in there. And we're going to set that one down in our velvet zone. And usually we would wait a lot longer, especially on a magnetic. I personally wait a minute every single layer for my magnetics to fully set that line. But again, because we're moving and grooving tonight, we're not going to wait that long. So here is the first coat with a bar magnet. Obviously, we're a little bit sheer, but it's only the first coat, and we're on a clear swatch stick, so keep that in mind. You can see that gorgeous purple base and the orange red line, and then all the sparkles from that Aurora shimmer and the Aurora flakes. Very, very pretty. So that's our first coat with the bar magnet. And then let's take a look at the first coat of the velvet, which usually doesn't show up too well in the first coat, but you can see all that magnetic pigment. Ooh, look at it. It's the orange to red top to bottom in there. Again, opacity wise, we definitely want a second coat. That's to be expected though. I love the way those flakies dance against the shimmer. Very, very pretty. Let's do our second coats. So again, going in with a second coat on our bar magnet. It's a deep purple base with shifting Aurora shimmer, candy Aurora flakes, and red, pink, orange magnetic effect. It's gonna be $13.75 with a cap of 350 of these. So here it is, really quick. Again, unmagnetized, absolutely beautiful as is. We love a versatile polish. We can be worn multiple ways, and then we're gonna set it down and let that line set. We're gonna do the second coat on our velvet as well. I feel slightly like I'm rushing y'all, so if you feel like I am, please let me know. I did also have a coffee today. It was decaf, but it did happen, and y'all know I'm already Energizer Bunny, but you add caffeine and it just goes up even more. So if you need me to slow down, please just say so. Hello, Heather. Welcome, welcome. All right, so again, this is our Fire Never Fades from Colors to Carol. This is 2 coats here with the bar magnet. Opacity wise, it's decent in 2. Some may want a 3rd if you have a strong visible nail line or you wear clear extensions. You may just wear a blurring base coat. I think for me and my shorties, 2 will be okay. It's also on that clear swatch stick, which makes that opacity look a little bit thinner too. That line is absolutely gorgeous on here. Chrissy says even gorgeous unmagnetized, 100%. Heather says it's stunning. It really is, y'all. I love those flakies that just dance and pick up the light back there too. And then let's check out the velvet, and then I will give y'all label shots. Here is our 2 coats velvet. Yes, look at all that beautiful pigment. This is going to be stunning with the glass bead method too. Carolina said, I just swatched this. For me, it was opaque in 2 coats. Great. I love when we have some confirmation. Chris says, I really love CDC more and more each one I get. I know. Carolina makes stunning polishes. Have y'all seen the swatches I posted today? Her chapter 13, a 13-year anniversary trio. Also, again, big kudos to Carolina for 13 years. Opacity on the velvet looks better because all that magnetic is there. But her chapter 13 trio is gorgeous. If you like this, you will love that trio for sure, y'all. Definitely go check it out. They are also already available, and she's doing a sale right now. There's 20% off. There may or may not be a code. Go check out her page because I don't remember. I won't lie. I just saw that she is doing a 20% off thing right now for her anniversary. So Crystal says, beautiful. Chrissy says, I'm excited to get this for the glass bead experiment. Yes, and I will do glass bead with my swatches too. So definitely, if you want to see it before you purchase. All right, here is, oh, I stuck them together, guys, every time. All right, here is our Fire Never Fades. Oh, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I need a little bit more room here. Okay, Fire Never Fades. You have 2 coats in velvet on top and 2 coats with the bar magnet on bottom. Again, this one is Colors to Carol. It is $13.75 with a cap of 350 available. Carolina says, yes, 20% off everything with code anniversary. There you go, guys. Definitely go check out Colors to Carol's page when we get done here. She has an anniversary trio that just launched. She has a St. Patrick's Day trio that just launched. She has a Chinese New Year polish that just launched. That's gorgeous too. And use that code anniversary, 20% off. Amazing. All right, so that is our Colors to Carol offering for Polish Pickup March. Let's get our magnet out of the way here. And then, like I said, because Ribbits is in here, we're going to go ahead and do hers next. I know she is spending time with her nieces. So, Christy, if you're listening, please do not feel like you need to rush in. I just would like to do your polish because you are in here watching. Hello, CLX Nails. Welcome, welcome. So next up, we're going to go into our Ribbits. This is Fakoff. And we're saying it a little bit slower there. Oh, also, y'all, I told you I was going to show you. I love her little stickers. I always love that she has her inspo and stuff down at the bottom. And I didn't point out, like, Colors to Carol's was really cool too. But There is our Ribbits Stickits. Chrissy says, when does the sale end? I have to wait for my check to clear before I go buying what I want to buy from the site. That's a great question, and I'm sure Carolina will answer. Or, like I said, it's probably on her Instagram, because that's how I saw the code today. So you can definitely go check out CDC's Instagram too. Okay, Rivet's Polish is Fakoff. It's a deep purple jelly full of green to blue to purple shifting flakes. It's inspired by ravens. There's a cap of 250 of these available for $13.50. Grace says Fakoff is the most hilarious name. I know, y'all. I literally, when I pulled it out, I was like, F-K-F. And then I was like, but it might mean something. I was like, or it could be Fakoff. And as soon as I said that, then I was like, okay, I know what it is. Now I know what it is. And I love it. All right, let's swatch it here on our swatch wheel. Others, I'm definitely grabbing that because I love the polish, and I have a shirt that says that. Oh, well, it's hilarious. Absolutely. Carolina says the sale is 2 days only. Okay, so there is that. However, Christy, if you don't make the sale, you can use my code Chelsea to save 10%. It does not stack, and it does not go with free shipping. It's not an affiliate code either. I earn nothing, y'all. It is just something Carolina whipped up for those who watch my lives. So that'll save you 10%. It won't save you the 20, but it is 10%. So if you miss the 20% sale, you can use that code Chelsea to save you 10%. Okay, Ribbits Fakoff. Let's do our first coat here. Yes, I love this purple. It's so pretty. And then those flakies. We are a purple jelly base, so I definitely expect to need 2 or maybe 3 coats. We're going to ignore how bad I did on that edge. Tiger Rose says that's awesome. I agree. Look at those beautiful flakies. I'm still in like Mardi Gras mode because they did Mardi Gras downtown St. Louis this weekend. Not that I participate, but everyone was talking about it. And our 12-foot Skelly out front is still dressed for Mardi Gras. And then, of course, tomorrow, or is today official Mardi Gras? Is tomorrow official Mardi Gras? Today is Mardi Gras. Tomorrow is Fat Tuesday. Anyways, I don't know, y'all. It's this week, and this gives me Mardi Gras vibes, especially the way the flakes are blue, purple, and green. Those colors just always make me think of Mardi Gras. All right, yeah, like I said, we are a jelly, so we're definitely going to want 2 coats, maybe 3 coats for opacity. That's our first coat. Let's go ahead and do our second. You are so welcome, Chrissy. Heather sent some purple hearts. Tiger Rose sent purple and blue hearts. Jen says, that is awesome. Laura says, gotta run watching Olympics with Maisie. I'll catch a replay. Go have fun. Say hi to Miss Maisie for me, and I will chat with you later, Laura. Okay, let's do a second coat of Ribbits Fakoff. I still can't. It's going to make me chuckle every time I say it, y'all. Every time. Again, if I was doing this normally and when I do this with swatching, we would obviously have more dry time, but we're going to do brand by brand tonight. Ooh, look at how deep that got on the second coat, y'all. There's so many flakies, way more opaque in the second coat. I would be happy with that. I know some prefer 3 coats. Jen likes a good 3 coat almost every time. So I definitely see why you might do a third to make that even deeper, which will make it darker too. For me, I like it in 2 coats. I also like that it keeps it kind of a brighter purple. I don't wear a lot of dark polishes. And I think those flakes really show off in this shade. It's beautiful. This one, like I said, it's gonna be $13.50, and there's a cap of 250 of these available. Those flakes are so gorgeous, y'all. Crystal says, gorgeous. Heather says, ooh, look at those flakes, right? This is so fun. Heather says, I'm a 3-coat girl for sure. And I am not, because I'm impatient. I'm a 2 medium coater, because 3 coats, I just don't have the patience for it. But I definitely understand those who do like 3. So here's your label shot of 2 coats of Ribbits Fakoff. Chrissy says, I am a 3-coat person too. See, they are out there and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not patient enough for it, y'all. I also have shorties and not a strong visible nail line, so oftentimes I can get by with 2-coaters. Jen says, I am the chronic 3-coater. She is. I have nicknamed her that. Something just fell in my bathroom. All right. So that was our Rivet Stickits offering. And then I don't think we have any other brands in here right now. So I'm just gonna grab one, and that's what we're gonna go with. Let's go into our cupcake. That's what my hand reached for. So we have Stupid Canadian Wolf Bird from Cupcake Polish. It is inspired by a viral hockey romance, Heated Rivalry. Hello, Miss Tammy. We are showing off polish pickup for March. This one, like I said, is Stupid Canadian Wolfbird. It is a black jelly base filled with white hex glitters and a hint of silver flakies. And y'all, she said filled with white hex glitters, and she didn't lie. There are so many hex glitters in this polish. And then you can see the little sparkles of the silver flakes in there too. This is very fun. I'm going to have to look up Heated Rivalry just to see, because I'm intrigued by it now. All right, let's get our first coat on here. Again, I don't have pricing or cap for Cupcake, but we'll have that information when we post swatches, and I'm sure she'll have it up when she posts sneak peeks and stuff soon too. All right, here's our first coat. Yes, it is packed with those glitters, y'all. If you were questioning if you were going to have to fish, you do not. It has so many glitters in there. You are gonna want a coat of Glitter Grabber, whoever brand is your favorite, because it is gonna be a little bit of a chunky boy when it's layered up, but it's so fun. It's very unique. I have nothing like this in my collection. Opacity wise, we definitely need a second coat. It is a jelly, so that makes sense. I love those silver flakies that just kind of sparkle in between the white hex glitters. This is a very unique polish. I don't own anything like this. I'm not typically a dark polish person, specifically blacks. I really don't reach for black, but I love the white in this. I love the contrast to this, so I could see myself using this one, especially for nail art bases. I don't know why, but I keep thinking of like a blizzard with this. I love those flakes. Just the silver flakes pick up there. Again, this is our first coat of Stupid Canadian Wolfbird from Cupcake. We are going to go ahead and do our second coat. Usually you would want a lot more dry time, but for the sake of the live and going brand by brand tonight, we are going to go ahead and do the second coat now. So please keep that in mind as far as things moving and dry time and all that. Here is our second coat. Sorry, that was out of focus. Definitely more opaque on the second coat. Again, with my shorties and my not strong visible nail line, I think 2 coats will be great on me. You may want to do 3 thinner coats, being a jelly and having so much glitter in it to build up, just to keep things from getting too chunky or thick. For me, I'm happy with 2 coats here. Chrissy says the sparkles shining through the hex glitters is so pretty. It is like a blizzard in the middle of nowhere in the dead of night. 100%. See, we have the same thought, same vibes. I love that. And I love the little sparkles picking up through there, because the description says there's just a hint of those silver flakies. And I think they just add so much to it. Like just that little extra glitter sparkle between it. It's a very cool polish. I definitely want to check out the Viral Hockey Romance Heated Rivalry that this is inspired by. All right, let me give you a label shot. Again, this one is Cupcake Polish. I don't have a cap or a price for you. I will have that information when I post my swatches. But here is a label shot of it. Super cool polish. And again, I'm grabbing things. I actually have one more on this info sheet, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, so then we can go to our next info sheet. So I'm going to grab Envyy Lacquer. This one is Flying Donkey Corns, inspired from Encanto. It's a bright blue reflective glitter base, pink crystal microflakes, and bright pink shimmer. This one's going to be $13.50 with a cap of $250 available. You can see that beautiful shimmer in there and the pink flakies. And then it is a reflective, so we'll grab our flash and show that off more. Crystal says, ooh, blurple. Yes, ma'am. Look at those sparkles from the reflective glitter. Y'all, I have learned the hard way recently going through my polishes that when it comes to reflectives, you definitely want to make sure you clean your necks really, really good when you're done using them. I have sadly had about 25 reflectives that died over the last few years, and I know that I didn't used to be great about cleaning my necks. I'm very careful about it now, but so whenever you're done using a reflective, or honestly any polish, because you just want to keep it good the longer you can, just take a Q-tip with some acetone and clean that neck really, really good. I'm gonna actually try and get some glitter base to save some of mine. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna try. I do also have some of like the when Reflectives very first started, so I think some of it could be a formula, but I really think most of it is just I didn't clean my necks. So this is your little PSA to make sure you clean your bottlenecks really good so your polish can last as long as possible. There is that first coat of Envyy Lacquer's Flying Donkey Corns. Also love the name. Opacity wise, it's not bad. Like I feel like Reflectives are almost like never opaque on the first coat, and this is pretty good. You can see all those beautiful shifty colors in there. You have that pink crystal microflakes and the pink shimmer. And then of course it is reflective, so I'm going to grab my flashlight and show the reflective sparkles. Crazy said Tammy has converted me to a blue lover, and I'm loving this one. Isn't it beautiful? Tammy does make stunning blues too. Jen says, I love the grit texture from reflective glitters. Weird, I know. Not weird. I love them too, Jen. Like love them. Like I have purposely textured polishes from brands of like Simple Colors did a Candy Crush collection and a Gumdrop collection, and I have some OPIs that are I love the texture of that. It's like sand to me. I like it. Speaking of texture, Cupcake, as I said, you definitely want a glitter grabber there. You can see how it's dried down now for sure, and you're gonna want a glitter smoother for this Envyy as well. Envyy has their own, it's called Glitter Envyy, but there are many brands out there that sell it as well, and there's usually one available in Polish Pickup, so definitely check while you're shopping if you don't have one yet. Tiger Rose says, you should be able to save them with heavy doses of thinner. Yes, some of them are so bad, like I'm not even gonna lie, that I really think glitter base is the better way to go because it would just take a mountain of thinner. I also worry about it eating the reflective glitters too much, so I'm thinking glitter base might be the better way to go. So this was our first coat. Let's go ahead and do a second coat of Flying Donkey Corns from Envyy. Again, this is $13.50 with a cap of $2.50. Tiger Rose says, reflectives are thirsty, but I've revived a lot of them with thinner. Okay, good to know, because I've not tried yet, but I do want to try it. Chrissy says, no, but I love the grit of reflectives, and I don't always add glitter grabber. See, yeah, you can wear polishes however you want. There are no actual rules, y'all. I love the textured polishes. So for me, it's fun. Of course, swatching these, we use a glitter grabber and a top coat to make them all smooth and shiny and beautiful like the makers want. But I personally love a textured mani. Tiger Rose says, good luck. Thank you so much. Because some of y'all, they're so gorgeous and I don't want to get rid of them. But yeah. And also I have decided that if I cannot save them, we're going to come up with some sort of art project. They're not going to pour out. So it's not going to be like a pour. I'm thinking of like breaking them and putting them in like a frame or something. I don't know, y'all. We're going to get artsy with them no matter what. Jen said, oh, she sent same hands emoji for Christy about the textures and not always adding glitter grabber. Frida says, I have to add glitter grabber. I'd be picking all day. Yeah, I totally get it too. I'm both ways with it, really. If I had like this on and I felt a glitter up, then I would like be digging at it, where this, I would be touching it. I'd be rubbing it all day. It's like a sensory thing for me. So beautiful in two coats. Again, let's grab our flash to show off the reflectives in here. We definitely are opaque in two coats, and that blue just got way more depth to it. Jen says, Frida, I get it. I actually have skin picking disorder. Horrible. So see, Jen, same ways. We both, you can wear this one textured, but other things like you need it smooth. I get it, y'all. I get it. You are my people for sure. All right, let's grab a label shot. Again, this is Flying Donkeys from Envyy Lacquer, and it is $13.50 with a cap of 250 bottles available. And we have to get very quiet while we do label shots. Perfect. And honestly, whatever paper is next is where I'm going. We're going to LynB Designs. Ooh, I said that and then I'm like, I don't really, okay, LynB is going to be last. I'm so sorry, y'all, because it is a thermal and I don't want to get the water on our background. So I lied. LynB is going to be last just because I don't want to make a mess. And y'all know, if you've ever been in one of my lives, we gonna make a mess. So we're going to go into Sassy Sauce next because that's the next paper I have. This one is Flutter Flock. It is a rich golden orange base, leaning pumpkin amber with red, black UCC flakes speckling throughout, giving it a spooky, grungy witch's brew vibe, topped off with a strong pink shimmer running throughout it, flashing magenta in the light. It was inspired by a bright photo of butterflies, and our Mary Sandberg named this one. Very pretty. I called it marigold, so I definitely see the rich golden orange base. This one's going to be $14 with a cap of 500 of them available. I love that shimmer there. Super pretty. All right, let's do our first coat on our swatch wheel here. I feel like I'm super zoomed in on this, but we have found out Instagram lately likes to be super zoomed or won't focus. So for anyone who wants to screenshot or missed the screenshot of our info sheet in the beginning, I will give you that again at the end. Here is our first coat. Now I feel like the slightly white swatch wheel is making it a little bit brighter than it is in real life. Not a ton, but I do want to note that. As far as one coat goes, it's not bad. It is a yellow, so typically you're gonna need 2 coats of yellows no matter what, but it's pretty good. I love the different irregular sizes of those flakies. I also like the black to red flakies because the red is so subtle that it could be a little bit of a substitution for the black flakes that are retiring. Jen says flakes with hearts and fires. Yes, Jen loves her black flakies. So yeah, I do think the black red flakies could be a substitute. I do think they're more expensive, which is why they're higher priced. And you can see that beautiful magenta red pink shimmer in there. I'm still standing by my marigold description. It's very pretty. Let's do a second coat and see what it builds up like. And there we go. Gorgeous. Opaque into for sure. No questions, y'all. Again, the beautiful flakies shifting red and black. And then it has that shimmer in it. I love that she describes it as a spooky, grungy witch's vibe. It's definitely an orangier yellow. So if you're not a fan of yellows, this one definitely leans more warm orange. Tana said, hard to believe they're not making more black flakes. Seems like this is a must-have normal. Yes, people love the black flakes, but it's got to be some sort of material that they can't source anymore. I don't know why else it would be retired. So hopefully they will find something else soon, but no one, as far as I know, maker-wise, has found another distributor for them or another product line. So hopefully they'll find something. Again, I do feel like these ones are so close. They're described as red-black shifting, and you can see that red in it, but it's just such a subtle that I think they're okay if they were substituted for black ones. Hello, Miss Melody. We showed off your flying donkey corns in 2 coats a little bit ago. It's beautiful and sparkly. Right now we are showing off Sassy Sauce Polish Flutter Flock. Jen says, what a unique yellow orange shade. I completely agree. And again, totally opaque in 2 coats, y'all. No questions on that. Let's get you a label shot. Again, this one is Sassy Sauce Polish Flutter Flock, and it's going to be $14 with a cap of 500 of these available. Here's your label shot. Definitely a fun yellow. Envyy says, aw, thank you. You are welcome. Next up, who's our next piece of paper? That's where we're going. 1422 Designs. We have 1422's Flamboyance. It is inspired by a flock of flamingos, which is called a flamboyance. This is a hot pink polish with a mix of black holographic glitters and rose gold micro flakes. Okay. Yeah, look at them in there. That's that like heavier shimmer. Is the micro flakes in there. Very cool. This one is going to be $13.50 with a cap of 250 bottles available. Heather says, I'm in so much trouble yet again this month. These are so good, and I only have 8 of the offerings, y'all. Like, you definitely want to go check out the sneak peek post over on the Polish Pickup Facebook, and then follow that page for other spoilers, plus all the other wonderful swatchers like Hey Mercedes, and Jackie. Y'all always butcher her last name. Bodock. I don't know. I'm so sorry, Jackie. They all post their stuff as well. And then, of course, you have the bloggers like, oh, my brain stopped. Jen is one of our bloggers, and I want to say Christy. That's not the name I want, though. Y'all, my brain. There's another blogger. She does gorgeous stuff. She does a lot of fandom flakies. She works with Polish Pickup. Lisa. Their blogs also show amazing stuff, too. Crystal says, ooh, great, pink. Yes. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and get it on here, and then I'll read a few more comments. Ooh, okay. Now, it is a hot pink. Let's keep in mind that we have a whitish opaque swatch wheel, so that's making it just a little bit brighter. So it may be a tiny bit deeper in real life. And now the pink, just take all my money. Isn't it beautiful? Tiger Rose definitely hits a flamingo vibe. Yes, it does. Hi, Zach. Do we have sound tonight? Do I need to type hi to Zach? Jen says, I stopped blogging. I just swatch now, but thanks for thinking of me. Well, yes, Jen is a blogger too, and I love you, Jen. But I was actually meaning XOXO Jen. I think that's her handle. Or is it Jen XOXO? That's who I meant. But Jen also swatches, y'all. So if you want to see gorgeous swatches, check her out. Zach says, we do for a little bit. Okay, cool. So I don't have to type hi. But hi, welcome in. How is your evening going? Y'all, look at those beautiful hollow glitters already. Like, you can see the rainbows in the black, which is just so fun. I've not seen a lot of black hollow glitters used in polishes. Opacity-wise, not bad in 1, but we definitely want 2. Zach says, I landed in Evansville, Indiana for a work trip. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's not a bad area. I feel like I've driven through Evansville. I go to Indiana every summer for work trip as well. Hi, now featuring nails. Welcome in. Jen says, ooh, shoot. Look at me putting myself at that. You're fine, Jen. Shoot your shot. Always. Anytime there's a swatcher blogger in here, y'all, feel free to chat it up. I will definitely send people your way. All right, let's do our second coat of flamboyance here. Jen, Crystal, I thought she meant you too, Jen. Okay, see, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. I did not know Jen had a blog. So I just knew her Instagram. So I'm sorry, Jen. I'm so sorry. Heather, look at the pink and yellow next to each other. Aren't they stunning? Look at how bright that is. Like, if this ain't summer, y'all, if you're not getting ready for sunny days with these polishes, they're so happy and fun. Okay, second coat of 1422's Flamboyance. Yes, look at how bright it is. Okay, I think with the second coat, we're kind of not even noticing that white-ish backer. I think this is all the polish being this bright. And they do go, you're so right. It looks beautiful with that sassy sauce too. I totally forgot to do the flash on the first coat. We'll do it on the second, I promise. Tiger Woods says that hot pink next to neon orange looks really cool. Look at you guys, you and Heather jinxing. Now featuring nails. Hey. Zach, it was XOXO Jen that you were referring to. Yes, that is exactly what I was talking about. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. All right, this is so beautiful. Also, look at those pink, I guess they're not pink, they're rose gold microflakes, y'all. That's that shimmer, quote unquote, shimmer back there. Those are microflakes. Isn't it so pretty? Just dancing in between our black hex glitters. Zach says, I love that orange. It's such a unique color, isn't it? That one is our Sassy Sauce offering. And let me knock this bottle over because my paper is gone. It is called Flutter Flock. Oh, shit. Okay, sorry, y'all. My alarm just went off. Okay, can we still hear me? It is telling me that my AirPods moved to my other phone when my alarm went off, so please tell me if you still have sound. And here is Flamboyance with Flash, so you can see those black hollow glitters. Super fun. Again, we're definitely opaque in our second coat, like no questions. I love this. I can't wait to swatch this one. Crystal says, yes, I hear you. Jen says you're good. Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure. I'd forgotten I had an alarm set to tell a collab that time was up. It is a timed collab. We do 72 hours to do a mani, and it ended at 7 o'clock. I already have my co-hosts like prepared to be like, time's up, but I had an alarm set, so I didn't forget about it. Oh, thank you, Mel. She says yes. Okay, I'm so glad everyone can hear me. Here is our label shot for 1422 Designs Flamboyance. Again, this one's going to be $13.50 with a cap of 250 bottles. This pink is so bright, y'all. If you are ready for summer, this one's going to get you there. Or maybe it's just going to get us through these last few weeks of winter until we can get to summer. Gorgeous. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome. We are showing off some polish pickup offerings for March. Next up, we're going to go into our Glisten Glow items, starting with the polish. This is Chasing Fireflies. I love the little firefly on there. Steph says, hey. All right, this one is described as a dark navy jelly polish loaded with blue, purple color shifting shimmer and dancing firefly golden holographic micro glitters. The inspiration was a beautifully night sky with twinkles of fireflies. It's going to be $14 with no cap. And of course, it is jam-packed with hollow. I'm going to grab that flash and show it in the bottle with it. Look at all those hollow twinkles. I definitely get the firefly in a night sky vibes. I hope that everyone has seen fireflies. If not, like, I personally feel like that should be a bucket list item, especially since we may not have them for much longer. I love it. I'm very blessed to live in a rural area and have grown up with them and getting to see them every summer. So, oh, there's that beautiful blue purple shift. Okay, let's get a coat on our swatch wheel. Again, this one is Glisten Glow's Chasing Fireflies. Going in with our first coat. It does call it a jelly, so I do expect to need multiple coats. Ooh, look at how well that hollow dispersed in there. Now featuring nails, which, you know what, I need to find out. I need to look up your preferred name here. Newly Obsessed. Okay, what would you like to call you? I can continue to call you by your handle, excuse me, or it has your name in your bio as Newly Obsessed, or whatever you would like me to call you. Jen says, wearing this one now, use 2 coats. Ooh, y'all, Jen said she's a 2-coater for this one, so my chronic 3-coaters. Jen says it's good in 2. Definitely, like, it's not bad in 1, but because it is jelly, I do expect to use 2. You can also see those micro hollow glitters are leaving a little bit of texture, so you may want a glitter smoother. Glisten Glow has their glitter grabber, which is available every other month in PPU. It is not this month, but it will be next month, or you can buy it on their website as well. It's just a little texture, so I feel like their glossy top coat, because it is a slightly thicker top coat, would be okay, but just keep that in mind. Chrissy said, oh my God, I love this so much. No more fireflies is a very sad thing to think about. It really, really is. And I love your tip of not raking so that they have leaves to lay their eggs on. So if anybody else is trying to help save the fireflies, that's something you can do, which is what we did at our last house. We didn't rake a lot because it's the same thing for bees and other small insects. You really shouldn't touch leaves and debris until the weather is consistently above 50 degrees at night, so that anything that is laying dormant can be out before you start moving them around or burning or whatever you do with your leaves. Again, and just another little tip, let's do a second coat. Oh, actually, let's do the flash really quick on our first coat, just so you can see those hollow sparkles. Heather says, I'm in North Carolina and we have them everywhere in spring and summer. I love them. I think it's so fun. It is very sad to think that this generation could be the last generation to see them. And the fact that there are people out there who have never seen them, that blows my mind. But it's just because I grew up seeing them everywhere. Like, that's just a constant in my life. So I really, truly hope that everyone gets the chance to see them at some point. All right, let's go in with our second coat here, which definitely became more opaque, and it has such a depth to that shimmer now. Again, this is Chasing Fireflies. It's going to be $14 with no cap. You can see that beautiful purple blue shimmer. And then it is a jelly polish, but like 2 coats, definitely opaque there. Heather said, maybe that's why we have so many. We don't have time to rake consistently, LOL. I feel you. We had the largest maple tree in our backyard at the last house, and it didn't matter how many times we raked. You just couldn't keep up with them, so we kind of just gave up. The worst, though, is when we had snow for the winter, because then we ended up with mud afterwards, but like, yeah. That may be why you have so many, Heather. She says, ooh. Crystal says, that's pretty, isn't it, y'all? Look at the sparkles from the hollow already. And that's just under the arch light. And then if we add our flash. Yes, look at all those twinkling rainbows. Definitely nailed the inspiration here. This definitely looks like fireflies in the night sky. I love this. I want to stamp trees on this. For some reason, I just feel like it'd be beautiful as that sparkly base for like a wooded area, Manny. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm seeing lots of hearts on the screen, y'all. This one's beautiful. Even just in the bottle, like I just want to stare at the bottle. Like, ugh, it's amazing. Okay, so that was 2 coats of Glisten Glow's Chasing Fireflies. It's going to be $14 with no cap. Wonderful. They also are going to be offering their top coat this month. Glisten Glow's shiny, quick drying top coat. This is fantastic. If you're looking for a top coat to try out, y'all, I highly, highly recommend this one. I use it for tons of swatching. This is going to be $10.50. There's no cap on these. It is offered in PPU every other month, and then it is always available on Glisten Glow's website. And also this month is their cuticle remover and oil duo. This one is in the scent lemon this month. It's actually described as a soft floral blend with lemon, bergamot, and lemon flower on a background of green leaves and tonka. It's $12.50 for the duo. Only comes as a duo. There is no cap. Y'all, we smelled this at the beginning. It's straight lemon with just a little bit of sugar. I'm actually smelling my hands now, and there's a little bit of it left, but not a lot. So this is not a super strong smell. I don't think anyone who has a strong sensitivity to scents would have a trouble with this one, but I don't have that. Scents don't bother me, so I can't 100% attest to that, but I do not think that this is super duper strong. And I think you'd probably be okay with it, but it is a nice, clean, fresh scent. So if you like lemon, you're gonna like this one. That's our Glisten Glow offerings. And I have a dog hair in our thing here, y'all. Okay. And then we have one more polish. It is our LynB, which is that solar thermal. So we have a LynB Designs here. This one is Bombastic Side Eye. It is okay. So we took guesses on what it was going to switch to, right? I said, did I say yellow? I believe I said yellow, and Jen said orange. And then we already know that in its cold state, solar turns purple. We did that. Where did I put that flashlight? Speaking of flashlights, let me turn off my phone before it dies. All right, let's get our solar light. So here it is. And then I'm going to grab that solar light, and then I'll read the description. But I really wanted to just show this off. I apologize for flashing for anyone it bothers. For some reason, this flashlight just does that. I have yet to find a UV flashlight that doesn't. So you can see it goes to a deeper purple. Here it is, not solar, and here it is under that solar light. It has already started to shift back, but it does go to a deeper purple. And now we'll read the full description. So we have our spoilers of what we're gonna do. So it is a red to purple and clear to blue solar thermal filled with rainbow of shifting flakies. It's inspired by Jenna Lynn's turkey Tom and his beautiful snood. So I was right. It is her turkey, and I love that I called it the head part, and it has now been described as a snood. So we do go, cool state is this red to purple when in the sun, and then hot, it'll be clear, and then in the sun will go blue. So Jen was also right on it being a purple to blue UV. So I think Jen wins, y'all. She called everything. Let's get it on our swatch stick. This one's gonna be $13.50. There is no cap on this. I also love the name. Bombastic Side Eye is just fun. It's not the easiest thing to say, especially live. I want to make sure I don't mess it up. But let's do our first coat on here. We do have our hot water waiting to dip in, so we're gonna do that. Stay tuned. Here is that first coat. Again, remember we're on a clear swatch stick, so that has an effect on opacity. Now, Jenna Lynn's Flaky Bombs are just that. They are flaky bombs. They are packed to a T with flakies. She has one available in HHC right now, and she's been doing that for a couple months for her series for HHC, and they are always, for me personally and my shorties, opaque in 2 coats. So I don't think we'll have problems with this one either, but we'll definitely keep checking. So this is 1 coat opacity, again on the clear swatch stick, but it's not bad in my opinion. Look at those beautiful flakies just shifting away there. Chrissy says, ooh, I was hoping for clear. I'm obsessed with doing peekaboo thermal nails. That is so fun. I actually just saw someone do it for our weekend collab. She had like a cow print that when warm revealed horses behind it. It was really cool. I love the peekaboo manis. I need to follow you, Chrissy, so I can check yours out. I love the peekaboo manis. Crystal says, beautiful, isn't it? I'm going to grab that flashlight. I don't know why I turned it off. I should have left it on. Again, apologies for the flashing on camera. I still don't know why it's doing that, but it just does. Okay, so I feel like second coat's going to show up better. Let's do our second coat. I think it's a struggle on the clear swatch stick and not having 2 coats and all that stuff. So let's do our second coat, and then we will do our UV light, and then we will do our dips. And I will also try very hard, y'all, to show you a transition shot, hot and cold, and a UV transition. It's not always easy. It doesn't always work, but I will do my best to do it. Excuse me. Chrissy says, sounds like such a fun peekaboo mini, isn't it? I thought it was just so cute. And she's like, I didn't know if it worked. I'm like, it's amazing. You did amazing. I have only done 1 peekaboo mani, and it was a long time ago. All right, opacity level. Yeah, see, in 2 coats, I would be really happy with that on my natural nail. All those beautiful shifty flakes. All right, now, in order to show this, I'm going to try and keep my hand behind it, because I feel like the clear is causing some issues. And then I'm going to try and get my UV light only on half of it. I don't know how well that's going to work, but we're going to try it. I'm also trying to stay in frame for you. Oh, I touched it, y'all. I touched it. Okay, there we go. You can definitely see it went pink to purple. It did shift out of it very quickly, unfortunately. Hello, Adley Melina. Welcome, welcome. We are showing off some polish pickup offerings for March. This is LynB's Bombastic Side-Eye. It is a thermal solar, so it goes from pink to purple in the sun, which is what my flashlight is doing here. Maybe I should do the whole thing, but I want to do it so you guys can see the difference. I feel like I'm seeing it in halves, but I don't know if y'all are, so let's just do the whole thing. All right, here it is. Yeah, see, we definitely go to a darker purple, and then it quickly, because all my lights in here, is going back out of it. I will, as long as we have sun shots, I will do it outside in the sun, and I usually post a video to my stories of solars transitioning in the sun, so you can actually see it, actively do it, as long as I have sun. If I do not, I will have to use my UV lamp, but I will also post videos of it transitioning. So if you want to see it officially transition, then stay tuned for those. Let's get our water. I'm going to try really hard not to ruin my background. I'm actually tempted. I think I'm going to put a piece of paper down for a second, y'all. Again, this is LynB Designs. We are in 2 coats already. Bombastic Side-Eye. It's $13.50 with no cap. I'm going to put the paper down so if I make a mess, I don't ruin our info form, so y'all can still see that when we're done. So I just have this piece of paper. Here is our water. I'm going to zoom out a little bit too. That might help us with showing things off. And we're going to do our dip. So we should go from red to clear when warm, and it definitely does. I think, yes, you guys can so see that. It goes clear, y'all. Look at that. Like, no questions on that color transition. I love it. I love a strong contrast in a thermal. Beautiful. I also love that it's not shifting back yet. And let's see, I'm going to try and just do half on this side, see if we can show off that solar effect. Okay, it doesn't want to stick. Jen said, okay, sorry, I had to do dishes. I heard, though, that I picked right for the polish. You did, Jen. You were a winner. All right. I'm going to try again to do our UV light. It's just really not easy to do. I think it's just because all my bright lights out here, y'all. I'm going to leave it for a second longer, and I'm going to try to quickly show it. Okay, So you definitely can see the purple to blue. It has already shifted back out, y'all. I am trying my hardest here. Tiger Rose says, ooh, the flakes look like an opal, doesn't it? It's beautiful, y'all. This would be pretty as a topper over things. I definitely think it'll be beautiful for peekaboos. You are correct in that. Okay, I want it to cool off so we can get you a label shot. Might dip it in my cup of water. I'd have to open it, so I'm hoping I can cool it off before that. Sorry that y'all are just staring at a cup of water right now, but I want to make sure we can get it nice and cool to get that transition for your pictures. All right, we're gonna do a transition shot, just hot to cold first, and then I will try and get that solar, but there's no promises, y'all. It's just not the easiest thing to do on camera. So here is a transition from hot to cold indoor lighting of LynB's Bombastic Side Eye. Again, it's a solar thermal, 1350 with no cap. Okay, and now I'm gonna try, I'm actually going to do it down here just so I can have a little bit more like space to get this light in it, y'all. I don't know if we're going to be able to get you a 4-way transition shot or not. And kind of. It didn't really last, y'all. I'm so sorry. But it is a red to clear thermal. And then it is a purple to blue thermal solar. So the pink goes purple outside and the clear goes blue outside. So I apologize that I can't get you that shot, y'all. It just, because I hate quitting, my brain wants to get it for you guys. I just don't think it's going to happen. Maybe I can do the whole thing though. Hi, Honey Church. Is it I or is it an L? Welcome in. Ooh, okay. So here it is. In its thermal solar state. Oh, it was there. I almost had it, and then I ran out of space, y'all. I almost had it. We just ran out of room. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get you guys the solar shot. I am so sorry. I wish I could. I'm gonna try one more time because I'm not a quitter. Crystal says, beautiful polishes. Thanks, Chelsea. Time to dish up dinner here. Have a great night. You have a wonderful night too, Crystal. Go enjoy dinner with your family. All right, here it is. Again, it's kind of in its solar. It's already starting to shift back, y'all. But that one is LynB Designs Bombastic Side Eye. Again, 1350 no cap. I'm going to zoom out and let y'all have that info form again for anyone who didn't screenshot it in the beginning or came in late. And I will grab all of the polishes to show off as well. Let me turn off that flashlight. We're going to zoom you back out. There is tonight's info posted, and then tonight's polishes. Can I get them on screen too? Ooh, maybe. All right, we have to also get the swatch sticks because we also have colors to Carol's, which is that beautiful, beautiful magnetic. Is it gonna go? Maybe, kind of. It's not the best. All right. And then I'm gonna dip our LynB's Solar Thermal again. Also, y'all, I want to state it's almost a trithermal. There you go. You can see the 3 colors. You have a deeper pink, a medium pink, and then that white. So it is. I don't think she's classifying it as a solar thermal, but not a solar thermal. It is a solar thermal as a trithermal. But for me, I feel like I am getting 3 colors on this. Obviously with my shorties, it's not going to happen. But here is all of our polishes tonight. We had 8 polishes. So from Ribbits to Cupcake Polish, Envyy Lacquer, Sassy Sauce, 1422 Designs, Glisten Glow. And then these are our colors to Carol's, magnetic, as well as our LynB Designs. So everything here is your info sheet. There we go, get rid of that glare. So if anybody wants to screenshot again, here is the info we showed off tonight. Plus we had the Glisten Glow had their top coat and the oil and remover duo. There's your screenshots. If anyone who just popped in, I still don't know if it's I Honey or L Honey. I'm so sorry. But we are just wrapping up Polish Pickup March. You can definitely watch the replay here or over on YouTube. I'm going to flip y'all around. We can chat for just a minute. Kevin is currently cooking our dinner. I can smell it and it is making me very hungry. So yes, lots of stunning polishes. Like I said, y'all, this is only 8 of the offerings for Polish Pickup. There are many more. Check out the Polish Pickup sneak peek post. It is the top post on their page on Facebook. So check it out if you want to see any more spoilers for it. And then follow all the other wonderful bloggers and swatchers out there. Like I said, off the top of my head, Hey Mercedes does a ton of PPU. Jody Bodek, I'm so sorry, y'all. I say her last name wrong and I know it. I need to message her. Just like, please tell me how to say this. Check her out. There are tons and tons of swatchers. Check out all these brands' page for swatches too. And stay tuned for the other amazing things coming out. Carolina says, thank you so much. Good night. Thank you so much, Carolina, for sending me this and for hanging out with us tonight. Lots of fantastic stuff. If y'all watch the replay, let me know which one's your favorite. Also, we're bird themed, or I guess technically we are like things from the sky. Let me know what your favorite not flightless, that would be on the ground. Flightable. Tell me your favorite thing that could be in the sky. That's what we're going with. Leave me a comment with your favorite sky creature or item even. If you're a hot air balloon fan, I don't know if those are available to be used as inspiration or not. But let's chat in the comments. I do respond to every comment here and on YouTube. I love reading y'all's comments. So definitely leave me some and pump up these makers because there's some gorgeous stuff here. With all of that, I appreciate everyone hanging out with me tonight. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!